Hi all, back with more Unconditional Surrender training scenario 4. This is my part 19. So it's just the following day. I'm managing to get a little bit done. We'll see. The cough's still lingering about though, so and I've not got an awful lot of time, but a part maybe at the most. So yeah, nothing really to talk about. I don't think. Don't think I've noticed any. I watched a bit of footage back today, not an awful lot of it, but yeah, nothing to speak about. So we had completed the Axis operations phase, and now we were on to the Western faction. You can see that all the air's been wiped out apart from the British. So they do have. I was just looking briefly there though that they can only reach, because remember they can only support their 2 units here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there and there, but this guy's here. Fair enough, they'll be able to support an attack on the 1st Panzer in Paris. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the WDF would have to be up there, which is a bit of a shame. I hadn't really thought of that one. However, couldn't you switch them around, Grant? Maybe. You know, I could bring the Western Desert Force maybe back up. Basically switch places with that maybe. But remember, it's poor weather here, which is fair enough for making assault attacks. What can the French and British really get up to here to annoy again? I mean, yes, they could have a go at this again with 3 units. We could get something else in here, possibly this. And have a go at that. And if I did switch places with, well, that would mean I'd probably need to switch places with that to be on that. He can't go from there to there, so yeah, you're not gonna have a force to attack that way, are you? Man, well, I say the best thing to do is maybe not the best thing to do, but yeah, because you're not going to get the air. Remember, the air's only going to give a +1 as well. British do have their tanks available as well, which is relevant. So, well, I suppose Paris is a target, you know. So what would it be if we got 3 units round it now? Remember the last time it was in fair weather. This time that's not going to be the case. So +1 for British or French, doesn't matter which. +1 for air support. Let's just say they chuck the tanks in. +1 for tanks. +2 for the extra 2 units. That's +5. And then the negatives are going to be, right, they can avoid coming across the river, but 1 for the city and 1 for the poor weather. So the best I'm going to get is a +3. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I worked out with that assault thing in a tank and adding tanks. You would clearly benefit from it if you had more than 1 tank unit in the battle. Yes. But I was getting all sort of worked up about it yesterday, thinking it was better that they were not primary attacking unit and it was going to be better. Well, it's not, because they give you a +2, but if you think about it, you got +1 for the extra unit and you get +1 for the tanks. So in actual fact, if it was in fair weather, you would want the tank to be the primary unit, because then you would get, wouldn't you? I think you would benefit another +1 out of that. Think. Yeah, maybe I got that wrong. So anyway, so what? A total of +3 for them, and then, of course, for the Panzer unit defending, Wouldn't have air support. Yeah, we just have, well, no, you've got +2 for German, +1 for Panzer. So it's the 3 to a 3, isn't it? Which, doesn't necessarily sound so good, does it? And that's using air and their tanks. Don't get me wrong, they get their tanks back every turn, so using it, you use it now or you don't get the use of it, so you're as well using it. Yeah, and it's not really going to be any better trying to attack this one, getting 3 units, because we can't get air support for that. And, well, unless you put the Western Desert Force in there, you would be able to get the tanks right enough. So, +1 for British, +1 for tanks. +2 for an extra 2 units. That's +4. And then you've got poor weather, +3. Yeah, it's a 3 against a 3 again, isn't it? Because you're attacking panzers, and there's not really an infantry unit that we could gang up on, is there? That we could get 3 units on anyway. I kind of thought I was going to be pressing record here and that they were going to start kind of doing something. I suppose the poor weather side of it, they're losing out a +1 for the air and a +1 for their tanks. Although the Germans are losing a +1 for their tanks as well. So it's really only the poor weather is only bringing. Well, no, that's not true. It's bringing +1 for the air, and it's bringing +1 because you're attacking in poor weather. So you're losing a +2 out of it because of the weather. Which is, yeah, pretty bad, isn't it? The problem here is we know we're going to go into July, the weather's going to be fair, and the Germans are just going to start going daft again, aren't they? So, I don't know what to do. I mean, should we have a go at these +3 to +3s? I mean, using 1 air sortie is not a big deal, so maybe we should just have a go at it. And I'm also still wondering now, should my forts be staying intact? Is it time to move them yet? I don't think it is, but on saying that, next turn we know the weather's going to be fair, so next turn these guys can start to do something as well, you know. I mean, at the moment I'm looking at assaults here. Yeah, but right, maybe not overthink this, Grant. So okay, so we'll have a go at Paris then. Yeah, that Western Desert Force. I think it'd be better further north. Can I switch places with? Where could this come right down? If I activate this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're not going to be able to attack with it, Grant, for sure. What is it I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to get into there, haven't I? Well, hang on, I could replace it with a BF. No, can you? That means the Western desert force has to move into here. Is that a problem? Maybe not. So hang on, if I replace that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then attack there. How much does it cost to attack? It's 4, then it'd be 2 for the city, 6, 1 for the rivers, 7, 1 for the units, 8, 1 for the weather's 9, isn't it? Damn. Because that goes into it regarding movement as well, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, attacking a unit in a hex affected by poor or severe weather +2. Ooh, did I consider that? Well, all my attacks last time were assaults, so I'm not sure that I did though. Not sure that I considered the actual movement cost for it. That'll be interesting to watch back on now then. I haven't watched that back yet. Yeah, so in actual fact, it's going to be 1, 2 for the enemy city, 1 for crossing the river, and 2 for attacking unit in poor weather. So it's actually 5 movement to attack from that hex adjacent enemy. I mean, it could attack from that hex, but that's not. Well, could he switch places with that? 1, 2, 3, and then attack. This guy would have to go out and in as well though, so it'd be like 1, 2. Yeah, no, he would be able to do that actually. And then the Western Desert Force goes in there, and then the BF I'm going to bring up here, I think. I don't want them both down there. I mean, the BF might not be making an attack this turn, but there's no point getting dragged further south. You've just got to let the French deal with that. Well, unless we bring the... Well, why not bring the air unit across? It is allowed to come across. We've then got to supply it, but... Why not do that? And then you get... If you fly it across to Le Havre, it's 1, 2, 3 away from London. That's fine. And then if it's there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it could actually support an attack on the second panzer there as well. Let's do that. Let's do... Yeah, then I don't need to mess about with them so much. 1, 2, 3... No, hold on. No, that means the British unit... Yeah. Well, that's fine. The French unit goes in there, the British unit goes there, and then this French unit goes in there, and that's 3 I'm attacking. Yeah, I think I've got it. So right, I'm gonna spend the sortie and rebasing the UK Fighter Command over to Le Havre, and that's going to cost the sortie. And then excuse me. Right, I'm going to activate the French, the 10th Army for 1. They've only got 12 now. They kind of want 6. That should be fine. So I'm activating him, and we're going to move him 1, and then 2, 3 into there. His activation is going to be over, but he's going to set up an assault on Paris. Again, I think these are going to be a +3 to a +3. So The good thing about this one, he's not going to have a retreat. Well, I said that was a good thing the last time about this, and then we kind of wanted him to retreat. Well, he does have a retreat this time, so you do have that going. And then I'm going to activate the 6th infantry, and then he's just going to join that assault. That's all he's going to do. I'm going to pay 1 for that as well while I'm down here. So going across there, and then the BAF's going to do the same. It costs 2 to activate, mind. And he's going to assault as well into Paris. And all the movement for that is fine, because they've not moved. Well, apart from that guy went 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, he's only just fine, isn't he? Because we've said it costs 5 movement to attack adjacently if you're across that river. But he moved from there and he went 1, 2, 3 back across the river, and then it's another 5 from attack. So he's just got enough, no more actually. Right, and then we're going to activate the 1st French. That's a mobile units. That's another 2. They've got 8 left. And he's going to move in here and attack as well with assault. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer this to be attacking infantry units, but it's the panzers that are sitting out in the open, giving us a chance to attack with 3 units. So I don't know if any of this is good, as clever or not. I really don't. It's always trying to do something, I feel. Right, and then we activate the Alps unit. No problems with movement points. Yeah, he would have been fine. There's no river into that one either. That's another 1 point for the French. And then finally, we're going to activate WDF, which is 2 to activate. And then 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then move him into here, and he's going to attack as well. Alright, that was the Alps unit, yeah. Spent the movement, yeah, WDF. So he moved from there to there. It's 1, and then it's another. Actually, it's not 5, is it? Because there's no city there, so it's another. Should be 4 then. 1, 2. No, because it's not a city, Grant. It's a clear hex. So it's 1 to move into the hex, 2 because it's attacking in poor weather, and 1 to cross the river. So it's 4. So it's 1 to there. And remember, he's got 10 movement anyway, hasn't he? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I can't really see myself doing any more. What about... No, we're stuck now, aren't we? Remember I said last turn I could have moved that. Or maybe it wasn't last turn, it was the turn before. I was watching back the video of that, actually, where this guy could have backed into Cali and would have been a bit safer. Because now he's not got a retreat hex. Well, he does. Yeah, we worked it out. He does. If we were to make an assault or make an attack with that unit, he would have a retreat. So I've got to keep that in mind, that when I do attack, make sure I attack with the 2nd infantry, and then he's no retreat. Because the reason he's got a retreat from that one is he's moving 1 hex further away from that one. So, okay, I think that's about it. Then, so we've got 2 assaults to do. Do I want to do it? Well, we can still we could resolve these assaults and still move another couple of units if we wanted to. Yeah, we don't need to leave the assaults till the end. You can do them when you want. Okay. Right, so which one do we want to do first? I don't think it matters, does it? This one. No, I don't think so. So we'll go for Paris first, because, well, is Paris not where we're going to use the tanks? I think we have to, they are. Because I want to say they're both a +3. Oh, actually, no, because now we're going to get air support to this, aren't we? Because we moved the air unit. So I think that's going to be slightly better, but I still think, yeah, you've got to use your tanks on Paris. It would actually be, yeah, it's tempting, but it's tempting. It would be really good to knock that guy out, wouldn't it? To get a DD result on that, because it would eliminate it. Because just quickly, +2 for German, +1 for tanks. We assault with this being the lead unit, because it's not coming across the river. We chuck the tanks in, we chuck air in, so +1 for French, +1 for tanks, +1 for air, +2 for the extra 2 units is 5. -1 for the attack in the poor weather is 4. And he's getting 3. Right, I thought we would have ended up with a +2 there. Or was I counting there? Yeah. Well, I think even with the air, unless maybe I've counted something wrong that time. Yeah. Right. Okay. We'll go for the Paris one anyway. So, yeah, we're gonna use it. We're gonna use the tanks there. So, right. So, it's the Western faction that's attacking. So, like I say, we're gonna use this guy to be the lead unit because he's not coming across the river. Oh, was that the one that maybe? No, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I counted the river and I shouldn't have done. He's not coming across the river, is he? No. No, he's not, Grant. Right, so he's the lead unit. So +1 for French. We're chucking tanks in on the British unit. We're getting a sortie. The Germans have nothing. They don't have anything, so we're getting a sortie for the air as well. So +1 for French. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I count this just now. I think that's counted in the assault part. So +1 for French, +1 for air is +2. Then for the extra 2 units, I get a +1 for him, and I get a +2 for him because he's a tank. So that's +5. I think it all works out the same, but yeah, because I think the time I'd done it initially, I sort of said +1 for French, +1 for tanks, +1 for air, then +2 for the extra units, which is +5 as well. It's still the same, but you can see that if you had 2 tank units in the battle, that would be in a different story. You would get +2 for them both. Okay, so +5, and then negatives are attacking in a city and attacking in poor weather. Yeah, so it is +3. I think that's what I said. And I think the Germans end up with +3 as well, don't they? +2 for German, +1 for tanks. Yeah, and they're not isolated, so yeah, it's a 3 on a 3. So yeah, a little bit hopeful, but okay. So it's the blue dice that's attacking this time. Here we go. Ooh, well, I'll tell you what. Look at that. Could be something here. Well, it should be, shouldn't it? That's a big differential, that. So +3 is 9. And then +3 and 2 is 5. Excuse me. Right. Damn, sorry. Okay. I think it's a retreat, innit? As indeed. So 9 to a 5 is a DR. So the Allies are going to liberate Paris, I think. So First Panzer's got to retreat. He's only got one place to go. He's going into there. Well, surely something's got to go in there. I'm going to put the tanks back one turn ahead in July. And I'm going to put these assault markers out the way just so we can have a better look at what we should do here. Part of my initial thoughts were that we should move the British in because they've got air support, but yeah, that maybe is right, Grant. As long as they've got a retreat path, which they will have. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to move the British in then, so that's going to gain control back of Paris. Now, I assume... Oh, mind you, I seem to remember... That doesn't make sense, Grant. Did they get that factory back? Part of it, something's telling me that maybe they don't, but... And then what about their national will? Surely they get national will back. Right, well, these are things that I'm not so sure about. So, these are things that we thought would happen. So, let me have a look into that. Well, it should be in here. So, +4 to a country each time its capital becomes friendly controlled after being enemy controlled. Yeah. So basically they do get them the 4 will back. So that's good. They were on 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so they're back up to 14. The factory. You would have thought they regained it, eh? Don't know, there's something, I seem to recall reading that factory count 345. Give me a sec. I'm not really finding that words that confirm it for me now, whether they're there or not. It does say the value of the box occupied by a country's factory count marker is the country's factory count value. Exceptions: Germany, UK, and USSR. Well, that's probably with the factory loss markers. Yeah. That doesn't affect the French. So, when control of a factory changes during the turn, its country's factory count markers moved on the track accordingly. So, yeah, I think so. It gives an example of France's factory count marker is in the on-map factory count track 6 box. During their operations phase, the German infantry unit moves into Paris, putting it under Axis control. France's factory count markers move to the 5 box. Germany's factory count marker is not moved. So, basically just confirming that they don't gain factories. So, yeah, I'm going to give them their factory back then. I won't adjust the economy until the end. So, they're back up to 7. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I think that seems right, but somebody can tell me if it's wrong. So, good. A result for them there. Right, and then let's conclude this other combat. Now we can fly another sortie, which we will do. It's going to put it into 3 sortie territory, but that's fine because they're getting another air unit as well, aren't they? Is it next turn? Yeah, it is. Or the end of this turn, sorry. So 3 sorties. That's got another raggedy bit on it, which is bothering me. Right. So 3 sorties. So it's what we got. We've got plus. This is unit attack and it's not coming across the river, so he's the primary attacker. French. +1 for French. +1 for air. +2 for the extra units. So that's a 4. And no, it's not minuses, Grant. I must have got... it's the weather. The weather, Grant. Did I count the weather the last time? I did, didn't I? I'm starting to doubt myself. Yeah, we were a 3 and a 3. But we had a total of 5 because we had 3 units. That's 2. 1 for French. 1 for air. 1 for tanks. -2 for the city and the poor weather. It was a 3. Yeah, so this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then -1 for the weather. Yeah, that's right. So it is going to be a 3 and a 3. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it is -1 for the weather. Yeah, that's the one that was altered. I just wonder about the movement. Is the movement cost still -2 then? As in +2, sorry. Yeah, it is +2 attacking a unit and the heights affected by poor or severe weather for movement. Right, this one, that one might have been changed as well. So yeah, so it's -1 for the weather, and that's that. And then he's got +2 for German, +1 for tanks, so he's a +3 as well. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. Right, can they finish the turn in style? Well, they've done pretty well already. Oh, I know it's the exact same result, is it not? Well, yeah, because we had 3 and 3 the last time. So it will be, I think, a retreat. That's a 9 to a 5. Yeah, it is exactly the same. It is DR again, so it's a retreat result again. And he's nowhere to retreat to. So, yeah. Thing is, it just costs the German points, that, doesn't it? Yeah, and I don't think there was a chance of DD result. So he's nowhere to retreat, so he has to take a step loss. It's going to force them into spend the points to repair it. That's all, really. But, yeah, I might keep them away for the diplomacy again, which, like we've kind of said, maybe isn't such a big deal. And now in this scenario, once the Germans at least have somebody on their side, then I don't suppose the rest of it really matters, does it? So there was no retreat there. We cannot advance after combat. We'll remove all them. And yeah, I want to say that's probably it. Yeah, I mean, the only... this is an air unit. So you've got this guy on his own, you've got this guy on his own. I'm not going to... I mean, even against... It's against infantry. I can't get air support. So the only other thing would be to consider is if I wanted to move these units out the forts. But I don't think so. Yeah, I think we'll just leave them. I don't know the best thing to do about them, to be honest. I feel like when the Germans look like they're breaking through here, but the problem is that could well be this turn coming up, because the Germans could quite easily break through, take Dijon, Vichy, Lyon, whereas if I broke a couple of these guys out of the forts right now, I could move one to... Actually, can I move them out of the fort and then move them? I think so. See, why not consider moving this one then? Because he's not in a city. He is, and he is. And you're kind of keeping a line there still by leaving these two anyway. I mean, yes, this could come in here and just take this fort, just stroll in, but then, oh, hold on though. There's no line of sight. It's not line of sight. Line of sight. There's not an enemy zone of control. So in actual fact, these two, yeah, you almost got caught with that then, Grant, didn't you? So if I was to evacuate these two forts, sorry, no. If I was to evacuate this fort, I mean, admittedly, we'd be coming back to protect one of the cities. This guy could just stroll right through here and keep going, because they don't exert a zone of control while they're on the fort. So, yeah. Well, that one you could move. I think I'll still just leave it just now. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. And if they break through and make a mess, then I'm then going to... Because there is a chance of getting this one surrounded. Where if I move it now... Oh, yeah. I'll leave it. I can learn about it. Okay, so supply and issues. Well, no, these can all trace into French. This guy can trace along and grab the convoy, and so can he. So, and then the air unit as well. So the convoy... Well, actually, we might use 2 convoys this time then, because we've got 3 units to supply. As in the BF, the WDF, and the Fighter Command. So I'll do 2 sorties on that convoy and 1 on that, and then I might be able to clear them both off, depending on the points. That does supply everything. Yeah, that's right, and it's just the convoy. I don't incur a sortie on the aircraft, do I? No, don't think so. No, that's fine. Right. We decided that was it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's starting to get a little bit complex here as to what might be the best things to do. I can see you if you played about with that, if you played the scenario a few times and started messing about with the units in the fort, you might find better things to do with them. And maybe you're quite happy to allow the Germans down in this area, but while they're in the forts, they're stronger, you know. But if they come pouring round the side, and I think this is what, historically, did they not just ignore the forts, didn't they? I think they just ignored them and just steamrolled through the middle, didn't they? Yeah, something like that, maybe. Right, that's supply sorted then, yes. And yeah, the fleets would just trace their own, basically. And remember, they are actually in that hex. I've just moved them to the side. Okay. Alright, so moving on, sequence of play. No supply phase, none of that. Right, replacements phase. So what do the Germans have left? They have 18. And they're not so fussed about diplomacy. Well, first off, they're going to spend 2 to sort that guy. We've got 16 now. Now, they do have 2 garrison units to mobilise, but pretty sure more importantly is the sorties on the aircraft. So they want all them down to 4, don't they? That's going to be 369. But they're going to do that for sure. I'll fix that. Right, so it was on 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, they've only got 7 left. Well, the only other thing they've got to do, I think, well, apart from the 2 mobilised units, yeah, would be this. It's on 2 sorties. Yeah. Yeah, I think we replaced it last turn, didn't we? And chose not to do the diplomacy. Well, actually, this time I've got 7 left, so if I just spend 2 to mobilise the other 2 units, then that leaves me with 5 left, and I can do diplomacy. So let's do that. So that's all the Germans are doing. So the French want their 2 air units, and they've got a unit to mobilise as well. So do they have enough? Ooh, 6. They've got 7. They just have enough. How about that? It just costs 1 to mobilise that, doesn't it? Does it? I think so. Oh, that's the thing about these things. All these numbers are quite often just the same. He's kept everything similar numbers. So mobilise, yeah, it's just 1. Unless it was I should have flipped that guy over to the other side as well, because they come in reduced, mind. Right. It costs 1 though. So he's got 7 left, so I'm going to use 6 to fix his air. So these are both going to be 4s. Okay, that's that sorted. And then, yeah, there's nothing else to repair, but he's got a unit to mobilise. So then the British, well, now they're going to have to be, they're going to mobilise the air unit. How much does that cost? Ooh, that's 3. So he wants that. They've got 12 points, so 3, 6. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So they're going to take 2 sorties off of Fighter Command. That might well mean they're not going to get to do diplomacy this turn. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. There's a pro-access mark on 2 no events in the Cup. Germans are probably going to have a go at that. So, yeah, they could skip it. All they'd be doing is putting something in the Cup. And, well, unless I suppose the pro-access marker's still there. Right, hang on. I didn't pay the 3. I reduced the sorties, but I've not paid the 3 for that yet. So 1, 2, 3. So they've got 9 points left. And they want 3 for the air unit. And they don't care about diplomacy. So that leaves them 6. So, yeah, they're going to move 2 sorties from here. From that convoy. And I suppose 2 from the other convoy then. Doesn't really matter about the fleets. Yeah. It's not as if they're able to work it out to get diplomacy. Well, unless I didn't. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, that's right. There was 9 left. That's me spent 6. I've got 3 left. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. So we've got 3 left. Okay, and then we go into mobilisation. Well, upgrade. There's no upgrade units. Mobilisation. So the Germans are going to spend their last 2 points. Oh no, yeah, they've got 5 left now because they're going to mobilise these 2 garrison units somewhere. Not sure it matters too much. We'll put this one in Stuttgart, and I'm going to just put this one in Dusseldorf here. That'll do. Right, they've got 5 points left, so they can do diplomacy. The French are going to spend their last point to mobilise this. Well, in actual fact, I mean, this could go down here. Remember, it's reduced to grant. Well, I don't want to block. No, I don't want to block that because that unit wants to retreat into Dijon. So maybe Vichy or Lyon. I think maybe not Vichy, because if any of these two retreat, then they maybe retreat to a position where they can retreat into Vichy. So, what about the other side of things? Oh, Grant. That's not a city, though. The cities are further west, eh? Now, you do need to watch. So, I mean, if that Panzer does steamroll through... well, this is going to retake Paris again now, isn't it? So, I've got their things to do. So, yeah, I'll go for that in Lyon. So, that's the French burnt out. And then, mobilisation for the British. They're going to spend the last 3. And they're going to get the first RAF. Now, it comes in with 4 sorties on it. But I dare say we just put that in London then. Yeah. So, bit more air to worry about now for the Germans. Bear in mind that it's attached to the British units, so... but the British could start... they could start being nippy, and they've got... he's only got 1 sortie, he's got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can stretch right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't reach to there. This one can't be airstrike from where they are, but the other 2, they could strike them to like take them out of the equation. Thing is, it's the Germans that go first, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so the Germans are always going to have the decision of that first, aren't they? Oh well, okay. That's fine. Right. That's that then. Oh well, diplomacy. Right, we know the British aren't going to get involved this time. So the Germans are going to spend the last 5. And yeah, let's just see if they can... a 1 in 3 chance of getting that pro-Axis marker in there. So take them off to the side, give them a wee shake about. And see if we can get lucky. Let's go for that one. No. No bad. And the... so the Soviets, there is still 1... there's no area seized markers in the cup, so they take an area seized and a no event and put them in the cup. That's it. And that's what they do. And well, the Western faction would have been in between the 2, but they don't have the points to be able to do it. That's it. Victory check. None of that. End the turn. So we're moving into July. Now, this is when the British get their surprise attack marker. So we move into July. The weather's going to be nice and fine. So British and French tanks come back, and then but they've got the surprise attack marker, so that means they can do an amphibious assault, isn't it? Now I don't know, the surprise attack marker can't do other things as well, or is that just its purpose? Is it just for that alone? Surprise attack. Perform a special. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, if it's in a hex, phasing faction applies a +1 DRM to any combat against a unit defending in a hex within a 2 hex range of the marker. So that's if it's in a hex, and then if it's in a C zone, the following applies. Yeah, there's modifiers there as well, and then obviously you've got the amphibious invasion. It says it's country specific, but any friendly unit may receive the benefits listed above. It just basically denotes, the country specification denotes who buys the marker in the mobilisation phase, so that it may be used again later. So it would have to be bought by the British, and it costs 20 points. But I mean, my assumption is it comes right into your events, because that's what you do with the German one anyway. Where does it it'll list it under events in the setup, won't it? I would think. Where are we? Looking through the playbook here. Right, here we are. Surprise attack. Yeah, it's location as events, it says. So you get it as an event, and then when you use it, it then goes into your mobilisation box to buy back again. But when you buy it back, it also goes 4 turns ahead in the track, I believe. So it's not easy to get going. But I want to say that you can get more than one of them. So there is that. Right, that's the end of turn. Right, that's me at 50 minutes, so just leave that. I thought it was going to be a bit more time left, but I must have been talking too much, as usual. Right, I did think I might be able to sneak another bit in there. I kind of what I wanted to do was move into the next turn and just see what's going to happen. But to be honest, I probably am better just leaving it and maybe thinking about what we're going to do, because there's a bit to start thinking about now. That's just into July though, so you've got 3 months now of fine weather. So this is when the Germans have got to really go for it. But a bit of a setback there. After taking Paris early, they've now lost it. That's the downside, I suppose, to the weather turning poor again, because it meant that they couldn't keep pushing. So, yeah, maybe sometimes you kind of wonder there, maybe if you waited to June, if you got lucky with the weather in June, then you know you're going to be fine July, August, September. So maybe if you get it in June, you get that extra month and you go for it then. Eh? Whereas I went for it in, was it April that we got the lucky weather? And then May and June it became poor again, didn't it? No, I think we got April and May, didn't we? And then June went poor. Something like that. Okay, yeah, bit to think about. So, yeah, I will. I shouldn't try and start another part. So, might get back tomorrow. Yeah, I might get back tomorrow for another part. Another part. I don't know. I'm back at work now, so we shall see. But I'll be back when I'm back. Okay, cheers.